Griffiths. They'll try and find some space down the right-hand flank, Melbourne City. Here's Ben Halloran in game number 100. Griffiths is going to drop it back to his keeper, Tom Glover. Kept a clean sheet in the opening match of the season, did Tom Glover. That 1-0 result against Brisbane. It's Connor Metcalf holding it wide as they search for Jamie McLaren. Jacobson. Adelaide via Noah Smith in game number 2. They've given it away. Now Melbourne City looking to find an opening. They're not going to do it on that occasion. Former captain, the Dane Michael Jacobson, former Melbourne City man as well. Ben Garuccio back in the A-League as well from Hearts. In Scotland, a couple of seasons there. Griffiths looking for the run of McLaren. Here is Jacobson. A trickle in front of the Adelaide skipper, but Melbourne City able to mop it up. Austin Griffiths finding Curtis Good. Of course, former Newcastle United man. They float it forward and right here. The Marco Tilio, Melbourne City. And Berenguer across goal. Good early opportunity there for the visitors. And the man making, well, his first appearance of the season, the Frenchman, putting that ball across.
Yeah, just overhitting it. But you see Tilio, he doesn't like to stay central, so he'll drift out into that inside pocket. Good contribution first up from him, and just slightly overhit. You see McLaren, always the predator, always looking to getting in between those two posts in that 6-yard box.
Connor Metcalf rolling wide, the ball curled in, looking for McLaren and also Berenguer. Adelaide extinguish the danger pretty well via Ryan Strain, and Urich may have just got trodden on there. Going to win a free kick, and it's time to say good afternoon to Robbie Cornthwaite.
And a happy new year.
And a happy new year to Robbie Cornthwaite. Now, we were expecting around 8,000, Robbie, but is there an issue with tickets at the moment?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Happy New Year. Yeah, we do see some good numbers in already at the ground, and it's great to have fans back in Adelaide, almost 300 days since the last home game. But there is a bit of a ticketing issue out the front. I think more to do with the QR codes and the checking in. It's a little bit slow coming in through the gates, and just before kickoff there was apparently a few thousand fans still yet to get in the ground. So we expect this crowd to build. Perfect conditions, no excuses for the players, and hopefully we're in for a big game, continue the weekend of quality football.
Thanks, Robbie. And who are you looking out for this afternoon? Who are the key men to look out for?
Well, obviously, we hear a lot about Tommy Urich and Jamie McLaren going head-to-head in that Socceroos goal-scoring battle, but I like the look of these two young keepers, Delianoff and Glover. They're sort of battling it out for the Olyroos #1 spot, and with Delianoff a couple of games under his belt, first game last week, he looked quite confident, so hopefully he can build on that and give Graham Arnold a few headaches in that Olyroos selection battle.
Yeah, that one should be a fascinating duel. Both goalkeepers. Delianov, of course, 2 appearances in the A-League coming into this one. One for the Reds last week against Western United, and one for Melbourne City back at the end of, not last season, the season before. 2 clean sheets in 2 matches, and of course Tom Glover, the incumbent. Here's Adelaide with Noah Smith. Finds Halloran. He's going to link up with Smith with the overlapping run.
Yeah, just overhit that a little bit. Gave Smith a lot of work to do. Halloran operating on this left-hand side with Jukuli on the right-hand side, and yeah, Halloran very, very effective on that right-hand side. That's where we're used to seeing him play, but we'll just have to see how he settles in on the left-hand side. But it was a good point from Robbie Cornthwaite about the goalkeepers and the competition for Olyroos places. And I was mentioning last night in the Victory Brisbane game about just about all the Olyroos are back home and playing around, and there's the emergence of other players coming in. It's been the story of these opening 2 rounds, the Aussie kids performing really, really well. So, you know, coaches like headaches, but it's a great situation for Graham Arnold to be able to sit here in Australia and watch most of those players.
And it is going to be fascinating as we move towards, hopefully, the Olympics this year, Robbie. But that's a great point. There's going to be a whole lot of players put their hand up that weren't already in that Olyroos squad. So how good is that going to be? And it bodes well for the Olympic campaign. Free kick going the way of Melbourne City and Hayden O'Neill. City in terrific A-League form coming into this one. Obviously, that 1-0 win against Brisbane, but they've lost just 2 of their last 11 matches in the competition. And Jamie McLaren onside. Delianov with a very strong left arm to prevent it from crossing for his first goal of the season. Pardon the pun, but they have to be on red alert whenever Jamie McLaren's on the ball. Here's a free kick for Adelaide.
Well, he just bent his run well there and found himself, you know, a difficult angle. Actually, if he had scored, probably would have been ruled out. He didn't know at that stage, so he has a little look. Sort of sliced it, didn't he? But Delianov as well didn't know, and that's a good save at full stretch. Goalkeeper of the week, probably in match round 1, making 4 saves, and a good start for him.
Free kick's going to go the way of Adelaide here. Ben Halloran fouled. Their coach looks on. Carl Veer pretty happy with that decision. We'll see what Louis Dorigo can come up with from the free kick. Dorigo delivering towards the back post, and Glover, very assured, comes out and claims.
And showing his quality. He loves to command his penalty box, as you want every goalkeeper to do.
And Stefan Morkey almost found some room down the right. But what a strong start from both goalkeepers, Delianov and Glover. We heard Robbie Cornthwaite speak about it a few minutes ago. They've performed inside the opening 8.5 minutes. Obviously a long way to go, but a bright start. Great performance in that 0-0 with Western United. There he is, Delianov. So City in 5th coming into this one on the table. Adelaide 6th, but 2 points the difference on the ladder. Adelaide the draw and City the win.
Yeah, it's amazing we're talking about ladders already, isn't it? Oh, this second game. The Mariners will be talking about the ladder, that's for sure.
There's the ball wide to Connor Metcalf across goal. Scored in that victory against Brisbane. The young man from Newcastle.
Yeah, and I think he's looking for McLaren. I don't think that's a shot, but
here's O'Neill finding Tillio. His 4th A-League match this afternoon. Did score for Sydney late last season. There's that ball across from Metcalf. So the opening 10 minutes down. The final match in round 2 of the A-League on Fox Sports. Great to have your company this afternoon from Cooper Stadium in Adelaide, this one. And they've turned it over City. To Cooley, inboard to Urich, and very well done. Curtis Good tiptoeing along the byline and able to roll it away from danger. Dorigo, Coletti.
Yeah, great cover from Curtis Good, really good defending, but just a heavy first touch from Tommy Urich allowed Curtis Good to come across and smother that danger.
Noah Smithy's been bright early, hasn't he, Dorigo? Ryan Kiddo out injured. That left fullback spot is his. But Kiddo is coming back to full fitness. He's only had 3 days of training. So expect that battle for the left fullback spot to heat up in Adelaide between Smith and Kiddo.
And Jaculi and Halloran have switched already, starting on opposite sides. So keep an eye on that, see if that becomes a feature where they just have freedom to switch when they feel the need.
City have had a recent run of away victories, 4 in their last 6. So a really good record away from home. Coletti. Given away, Berenguer. O'Neill. And now Garuccio. Going to find Griffiths. Floated wide against the touchline to Craig Noon. He looks and finds Metcalf, who's been busy early on, as he always is. The last meeting was a 2-2 draw in the final round of last season for the Reds. That one at ANZ Stadium. The last meeting at Coopers, 3-1, the Reds getting up in round 17 last year. And the match before that, well, Reds fans do not need any reminding. It was the FFA Cup final, a 4-0 win. Noon bending it across goal. Noah Smith calmly nodding it over the byline. Did he have more time than he thought there?
No, look, you can't take a chance there because, you know, he was facing the ball, so better to play it safe. Craig Noon does well. It's a decent crossing. McLaren's already in there. You can't take any chances there.
Taking their time with this corner, Melbourne City. If Fagani is going to have a chat. Actually, we want that towel removed. Wants the water bottle and the towel out. So Craig Noon, all the way from the other side of the ground, bending it in. Not his best corner, but the clearance wasn't a great one, and Melbourne City almost pounced via Marco Tilio. Another corner on the way.
Yeah, great confidence, takes it on first time. Miss-hit corner into that near post area. No follow-through on that shot, he sort of stabs at it. I think that's probably going over the bar, but he can't take any chances.
So Craig Noon will be hoping for a better delivery on this occasion. It with that left boot. Telianov, a strong punch away, but on the volley. Cleared away by the Reds, only as far as Tilio. The ball whipped in. And Telianov claiming again for the Reds inside the opening quarter hour. Strain. In front of Smith.
Great switch. Brilliant.
Floats it wide to Jaculi. Now Jaculi taking on Jamison. Left and right, and what a strike in the end. City doing well to get the block in, but that was electric, wasn't it, from Yaya Jaculi?
And nice and positive, and that was on target, so it was an important block.
Walk looking for Jaculi. And again, going for a lazy run. Elsey. Jakobsen. He's going to float that into the path of the Centurion. Halloran. And Dorigo will win his side a corner. Good start to this match. Chances at both ends.
Yeah, both sides have started very, very well. The game hasn't settled yet. There's no real pattern to it. It's still a little bit crazy.
Jaculi finding Dorigo, just under-hit that pass, and now it allows Melbourne City via Jamison. Some space down the right, and he should win a free kick and does. The home fans not agreeing with that decision. Jamison definitely did. Is it fair enough, Robbie?
Yeah, he does so well. He does it all the time, Jamison. He's so clever, the use of his body. How many times we've seen that down the years.
It's no surprise both of these two have started the season well. Just one loss between them through the pre-season. That was Adelaide going down 3-1 to MacArthur. Right from that, an unblemished record for both. So O'Neill's pass was intercepted by Halloran. Moon almost got back on the ball for City, but Halloran picks up the crumbs. Finds Joe Coletti, from the Brisbane man. Back to Jakobsen, and now Smith. Ryan Strain tiptoeing down the sideline, unable to keep it in or win the throw for Adelaide. Rico. Just maybe an arm on the shoulder from Berenguer, and that's what the crowd are unhappy about. Fagani allowing the Frenchman to go and find Tilio.
Should have found it. It's a poor pass. Great opportunity, great situation they had there.
And now Morkey wants the card.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like being told to give cards. He's more likely to give you one.
And he's going to call the red skipper over for another chat. Actually, he's going to hand out the card in the end.
So don't tell me to do it.
So Metcalf does go into the book.
Yeah, it's a silly one because it's in an area where there was no real threat. Super goal in that win against Brisbane.
Beautifully taken, wasn't it? Halloran. Finds Coletti. Jakobsen beautifully in front of Smith. The early ball was Urich. Felled in the box illegally. Mork's going to drop it back for Halloran. Griffiths with the header away. Danger not gone, though. And the strike from Strain was goalwards and well blocked by City. They've got a free kick just to relieve any kind of pressure. We might have a look back at that.
Doesn't much in it, to be honest. If Urich gets up straight away, gets up quicker, he might have been a chance with the second phase of that attack when Halloran crossed it in.
Robbie Cornthwaite is on the sideline. Did you get a good look at that, Robbie?
Yeah, it was quite a distance away, if I'm honest. It looked like a little bit of a coming together, but the defender's got every right to go shoulder to shoulder with Tommy, and didn't look a penalty from where I was sitting.
Just tell us, Robbie, as well.
Yeah, you know Robbie is part of the Defenders Union, of course.
That's a good point. It's an important caveat to take
but I
into...
think he's right. I didn't see enough in it.
As Adelaide try and manoeuvre it from the back. I'll come back to you in a sec, Robbie, about the comfort level out there for the players as we see this mazy run from Ben Halloran. Squaring it back to Rigo. It was Berenguer with the block. It deflected into the path, and now Halloran with the strike. As Mork just laid it off to Ben Halloran, he almost had a goal in game 100.
Yeah, didn't get a hold of it. Scuffs this one into the ground and it goes right across the goal. Glover diving across, but it missed by a good metre in the end. Good play from Adelaide, good pressing, pressure.
And we'll go down to the sideline. Robbie, how are conditions?
Yeah, players can have no complaint down here. You sit on the sidelines and look at this pitch. It makes you want to get out there and just ping a few balls around. It's been the best surface in the A-League for the past, well, as long as the A-League's been around, and if not the past 25 years in Australian football. It's a joy to play here, but you know, in terms of the football, fairly evenly matched. I think Adelaide was playing into City's hands a little bit in the first 15 minutes. Too many balls to feed and allowing them to press. Maybe needed to ask a few more questions out wide and in behind, and started to do that a little bit more of late.
Thanks, Robbie. There's a ball in front of Tilio, and Smith just got a toe in, but it's into the path of Garuccio. And now Tilio taking on Smith. He stands his ground. The two City boys getting in each other's way momentarily. Onto the left, Garuccio hanging it up. Too high for the leaping Craig Noon. Halloran overhits the pass.
Yeah, right idea.
Urich.
Just the execution. Halloran pretty deep. You want to get Halloran on the ball further up the pitch. There can be a real threat out wide with Halloran and Jakuli. Who've switched again, so they're just switching all the time. I like that. Keeps defenders guessing.
Yeah, possession pretty even thus far, and so too shots. Adelaide with 4, City 3 at this point. Tells the story of where we sit at this point at the midway mark of the first half. That's going to go over for a goal kick harmlessly in the end. We've got anywhere off Jamie McLaren. .23 goals last season. The golden boot through the regular season, Jamie McLaren. It's Mock. Coletti. Now slipped in behind for DeCooley, who curls it at the back post. And Jamison was there. The flag is up, though.
No, that's not for DeCooley, I don't think. Ball going towards him. Maybe it was him initially, but might have got caught this time. But that's, you know, you play that. If you do play that high line against Jakuli and Halloran, you know, you do run the risk. They get it this time.
And spot on by the assistant referee as well, just to wait, of course. Not put up the flag too early, just in case the VAR wants to have a look, as Metcalf in behind. Here is Jamie McLaren, and Delianov stood tall. He got the header back across goal, and Elsie calmly over the crossbar. But there is the danger that man possesses.
Yeah, it's a similar position to his other chance. Great work in that pocket on his own. Perfect weight on the pass from Metcalf, and he can't find the finish. Good save again from Delianov. You just think if Jamie McLaren lifts this, it goes into that bottom corner.
Another corner for City, and another punch from Delianov. Craig Noon looking for the recycled ball. And now O'Neill goes for goal. Comfortable from Delianov again. Really impressed with him, especially there. A lot of bodies in the way.
Well, it's been an even match, but he's certainly been the busiest. And City now McLaren with 2 pretty good opportunities. And that was smart from Aidan O'Neill, because that shot went through a lot of bodies. Delianov did well to collect that without spilling it.
Well, there's his view. So maybe not as many bodies as first thought. But
it's enough.
Yeah. There's Urich. Does he win the free kick? He doesn't. His coach Calvert saying that he's the best number 9 in the competition after that draw against Western United. It's exciting to have him back in the A-League. Tilio. No defeats at A-League level for the former Socceroo. Jakobsen. Elsie, and now Strain. And DeCooley Just given too much of a clip from behind by Scott Jamieson. Comes in front of Noah Smith. Now another free kick. Basically a carbon copy of what happened on the other side of the ground to De Cooley. Elsie to Strain. He's born in Coventry in England, Ryan Strain. Now Halloran just a little behind him. He was able to bring it in beautifully. He cuts it back. Turn from Mork. De Cooley!
Right idea. Just the execution. He's trying to bend that one to the far post. Good play from Adelaide. Halloran, not his favourite foot, the left foot, but he backs himself, and that's what makes this attack dangerous. He takes it down the outside, scuffs it somewhat, Mork intelligently, perfect layoff. Just doesn't wrap his boot around that. He's looking for that far post.
He was part of the Joey's side who played in the World Cup back in 2019. Came off the bench in their first match. Didn't play in the other 3 fixtures. Made it through to the round of 16, of course. Went down to France, did the Joeys as Juric. Now Smith. Halloran. Fagani allowing play to go on, much to the displeasure of the home fans.
Just got a bit narrow there, Adelaide.
Tilio, can he explore the sideline for City? He can't. Smith and Dorigo. On to Coletti. Just going to bend that one in front of Ryan Strain. Ryan Strain also, he made his Ollie Roos debut against MacArthur in those pre-season friendlies. There's another one to add to the list who could be in contention come Olympics time. De Cooley. Strain. Now Halloran fed by Smith. Strong defence from Garuccio. He wasn't getting past. It was Ben Halloran. And again Fagani. No play to continue. He's not going to blow the whistle unnecessarily. 17-year-old De Cooley giving it away to Jamieson. Beautifully done by the veteran Scott Jamieson. Game number 257 in the A-League for the City skipper. Driving in was Mork. Very good winner possession there for Adelaide. And he found the pass to Tommy Juric, and it was just the final piece of the jigsaw puzzle that went missing for Adelaide's main man. But the danger is not gone for City. Slid in behind for Stefan Mork. Another corner on the way.
Brilliant work from Stefan Mork. First setting up Juric, who gets the ball stuck between his feet, wins this. He's up and he's looking forward. He sees that run. It's a good run from Juric. He just couldn't get it out of his feet in the end. Really just slips at the crucial moment, but it wasn't over. As Mork continued, but that was just nearly the perfect pass. He was able to drag that onto his left foot. Surely would have had a good side of goal.
Knew where he had to get it, just couldn't quite put it all together. Juric in the end, and now Mork. Again, City, good scrambling defence. Now Ryan Strain from distance. That will not trouble Tom Glover. So just over half an hour gone. Round 2 of the A-League, the final match of this weekend's fixtures. Doubleheader yesterday, doubleheader today. And if you miss the result, no, it's not a joke. It is serious. The Mariners are at the top of the A-League, and they beat MacArthur 2-0. And now Adelaide looking for their first goal of the season. Juric feeds Mork.
No, it's too unselfish. And maybe just held it a little bit too long, Tommy Juric. Looking for the first time pass. I thought he could have maybe controlled that, take it on himself. Juric just a little bit slow. in making a decision. But Adelaide having a good period here.
Tilio and Garuccio linking up, and now Griffiths. Here's Curtis Good. Craig Noon has found some space down the left. The hand goes up from Berenguer and also McLaren. And Noon tries to do it all himself. Maybe a bit of miscommunication, and Ryan Strain has gone down. Now, he doesn't look too pleased. Is this a bad sign, Robbie?
Well, it's not a good sign. Noon taking him on. I wonder if he's just tweaked his groin there.
Yeah, it looked like it. He just
that
swung.
Air swing.
Yeah, with the right boot.
Just overextended it.
Played some of his youth football at Aston Villa. Made the move to Australia and has been with the Reds since 2016. 62nd A-League appearance this afternoon. He has racked up the games in the last few seasons, Ryan Strain. Let's head down to the sideline. Robbie Cornthwaite, have you got some more info on this?
It looks as though he's picked up a bit of a groin injury. He did come back from the recent trip to Geelong in a moon boot when he got back into Adelaide. That was a knock that he picked up. So I just wonder how much training he may have done during the week. Sometimes when you can take it easy, your body's not quite prepared for the rigours of 90 minutes. But they do have Michael Moroney on the bench, who we know is plenty of experience. He can play in a number of positions. I think he's third on the all-time appearances for Adelaide United. So they have got a man ready to replace Strain if he's not able to continue.
Robbie, what do you think tactically at the moment? How the two teams are set up, and who do you think's doing better in that sense?
Well, certainly the last 5 minutes, Adelaide had a little bit of joy. I think the big concern for Adelaide is Connor Metcalf getting in the back of Joey Coletti and in between in between the centre backs and Coletti. And when he makes those forward runs, Coletti's either got to follow or pass him on.
Thanks, Robbie, for your insights. Robbie Cornthwaite on the sideline for us this afternoon at Cooper Stadium. Aidan O'Neill, neat manoeuvre away from De Cooley, cuts it back towards Curtis Good. Didn't score too many A-League goals. Just the one last season. Noon bending it across. Berenguer had an air swing and it clipped his trailing boot.
There was half a chance. That was hard to hit for Berenguer. And the ball coming from that left-hand side, and it is that side that has been Melbourne City's best outlet. That's where the two times, well, in particular the one when Connor Metcalf gets in behind, as Robbie Cornthwaite said, behind in the back of Coletti and fed Jamie McLaren, that was their best chance.
Metcalf. Up and over the top looking for Tilio. Going to track it down in the end. Nico Tilio. Noon. In front of McLaren, but Adelaide deal with it comfortably. And now Berenguer. Blocked again by the Reds, and then the strike too close to Delianov. Question for you, Robbie. Is it a matter of the attack not asking enough questions, or are both sides' defences pretty impressive thus far?
Yeah, look, I think to a certain extent, and you saw with that action there, Adelaide had plenty of bodies in the box, but I think it's been fairly entertaining. Good situations, and probably, you know, that final ball or the final shot, dare I say, is keeping this game at 0-0.
Noah Smith with a nutmeg on Garuccio. He calls it across goal. Didn't the Reds fans love that?
Yeah, but there's the perfect example. Brilliant work. But the lead-up, you know, the final ball doesn't match the lead-up work, and he knows it. Brilliant nutmeg, he's in behind. That's where you've got to produce something. You know, find the right delivery. There he goes, the nutmeg. Plenty of time, no pressure. He hits the first man.
The Red Army making plenty of noise. And it's bad news for the Reds and Ryan Strain. So Michael Moroney comes on, replacing Ryan Strain, who goes off with that groin issue.
Yeah, that's not good for us. I mean, he's excellent against Western United, but you know, it's a like for like, and that's the bonus for Adelaide.
The ball across. Ask them questions of Melbourne City's defence. Here is Moroney. He's played just 3 of Adelaide's last 15 matches. That one hangs up in the breeze, taken by Glover. He'll be gutted, won't he, Ryan Strain? Appearance number 224 for that man, Moroney. And Robbie, you saw it firsthand. Ryan Strain's reaction as he came from the field. How was he looking?
Yeah,
he's obviously disappointed. Sorry about that, Robbie. The other Robbie. Yeah, no, he'd be gutted. I mean, getting injured at any point in the season's, you know, disappointing. But when you do all that hard work during pre-season, we saw it with Andrew Naboo last week. You know, to get injured so early on and know that you're going to miss a good chunk of football. Obviously, we don't know how serious his injury is, but as a player, your mind automatically goes to the worst. So he'll be absolutely gutted, especially out here on Highmarsh in front of the Reds fans.
Yeah, 100% right. And he'll know, and we all know that, you know, soft tissue, you know, you're looking at minimum, very minimum is 2 weeks if you're lucky.
McLaren, first touch, and the second, the strike is a long way from the target. Yeah, that says it all.
That's it.
.23 years of age. Of course, as I mentioned previously, he was with the Olyroos during pre-season. Played against MacArthur. He knows the hard work that he's going to have to put in now to get himself back to full fitness.
Yeah, but like, you know, Robbie just said that, you know, as a player, you always think worst case, you know, when you come off. The good thing is he's come off straight away. And although he's obviously in a lot of discomfort, once it settles down, it might not be, and hopefully it's not as bad as what he's actually thinking at the moment.
So the Reds fans making plenty of noise. 7 minutes before half-time. Great to have your company at a warm Cooper Stadium this afternoon. Beautiful conditions for football in the mid-20s. Jamison cutting in from the left and angling the pass to Tilio. Berenguer. Can he find a teammate? He can find the boot of Smith. Delianov prefers to punch it as it just was swirling in the breeze.
Yeah, another example. Great situation, great position, and Berenguer not able to find the right kind of cross to cause more problems for that Adelaide defence. Lead-up work was really good from Melbourne City, and both teams looking very sharp and smart in the midfield.
Reza Fagani. Just a little chat to Aidan O'Neill as he gives away the free kick. And that pass is a poor one, looking forward to Cooley. Garuccio's going to chip it back to Glover. Just the 1 goal conceded by Tom Glover in the last 3 A-League matches. And that was off the nipple of Ryan Grant in the grand final. Griffiths floating it up, searching for the head of Noon. Instead it was Moroney. And he'll have a point to prove as well. Michael Moroney, the Adelaide right fullback. So I was saying, just 3 appearances in the last 15 for Adelaide. 33 years of age. Garuccio. Brought to ground by De Cooley. Big 5 minutes here for both sides as we head towards half-time. Quickly to Tilio. Steps in on the left and whipping it in. Hawk finds Urich. Had a couple of chances in this first half, Tommy Urich. Nothing big to speak of. McLaren probably been a similar story. Both goalkeepers pretty comfortable thus far. That man has been so impressive, James Delianov. Just his third A-League appearance at 21 years of age. Here's Craig Noon, finding Connor Metcalf. Trying to slide it back to the Englishman. Maroney's been busy since he came out onto the park. He's going to win his side of throw. Caruccio to Good. It's up with Aidan O'Neill just to the base of that midfield for Melbourne City. Berenguer tries to find Caruccio. It'll trickle to Tilio. Back to the Frenchman. Curtis Good on to Jamison. Melbourne City pretty comfortable at the moment, just to play things around at the back and look for an opportunity. Now Jamison searching for Noon. Will he track that one down? He cuts it back. It hasn't crossed the byline, according to the assistant referee.
Yeah, he did well to get there in the end.
Now a free kick for Melbourne City. Promising position this for the visitors. Can they come up with? The match just slowing down a touch in the last few minutes. And Robbie Cornthwaite on the sideline, what would you put that down to? Just a slowing of the pace in the last few minutes or so?
I mean, obviously Ryan Strain going off can upset the balance a little bit as well. Teams know it's nearing half-time and don't want to take too many risks as well. I suppose you want to go ahead, but you don't want to go in down either. So sometimes you're just happy to settle for the draw.
So Craig Noon delivering, and the header, a decent one from Jakobsen. I'll get another set piece, Melbourne City, in the shadows of half-time. He got on the end of it, Florent Berenguer. Delivers again. Away from Noah Smith, and then Joe Kalidi did the rest. Just a minute until we find out how much additional time we've got in this first half. And maybe a little bit after that injury to Ryan Strain. Apart from that, not too many stoppages to speak of. Dylan off to Maroney. Jakobsen finds Smith. Went via Tilio to the sideline. Long throw up the line. Another free kick going the way of the Reds. It's a long way out. Can they conjure up a chance in the last few minutes of this first half? We'll find out how many additional minutes we've got from the fourth official, Daniel Cook. Just the 1 minute probably expected. And Fagani has gone over to have a chat to Roston Griffiths. Meanwhile, it's all a bit confusing for a moment. He wants play to go on now. City take the free kick. Not quite sure why he made a beeline for Roston Griffiths.
Well, he doesn't like people speaking to him, so maybe Roston Griffiths was offering some advice. Last 5 minutes, both sides have cancelled each other out.
Griffiths going to float it into the path of Tilio. He's had some bright moments in this first half. his starting debut, Marco Tilio, and also his first appearance for Melbourne City. And there could be an issue here for Adelaide. Tommy Urich. They don't need their striker to go down, and he too to be injured. Just clutch that left leg, looks to be all good. And that will do us for the opening 45 minutes at Cooper Stadium. It was a slow end to that first half, but it started strongly, both sides with some opportunities. Neither could take them. Adelaide still searching for their first goal this season. And Melbourne City, they would love 3 points. If they win this afternoon, they will go top of the table with the Mariners. Half-time, it's Adelaide United 0, Melbourne City 0. We're going to head down and get the thoughts from both sides with Robbie Cornthwaite in just a second, and then we'll be back after the break to wrap up that first 45 minutes. Let's head down to Robbie now.
Well, Jamo, from the outside, looked like a pretty even first half. How did it feel